Hello, my loves. Brandee Sweesy here with BrandeeSweesy.com. And again, inspired by yesterday's video, we've been lingering around the enoughness piece, but we really haven't dove into the enoughness piece. And so it is one that is so near and dear to my heart, as you know, it's been one of my bigger challenges in launching the website, doing these videos. And what finally triggered me to take action was external power versus internal power and what I was relying on. Okay, so I got a little ahead of myself. Again, these aren't scripted, so sorry, bear with me. But one of the things, you know, like I was thinking about this when I was thinking about this video, and years ago I wanted to do a TV show called What You Believe is Perfect. And I wanted it, I did a run at the whole Oprah's Next Star thing for the OWN network. And I was so excited, I was so passionate about my vision, I was absolutely positive. Of course, you know, I know people, I know marketing, you know, I've got this, I've nailed it. And I didn't get it. And then, you know, that was kind of the beginning of the end for me, in that, you know, I went through, you know, a couple of really dark years of, you know, giving all of my power away, you know, seeking out people and trying to get answers, you know, what is my true path? Who am I? What am I passionate about? And, you know, as I was sitting here thinking about this video and my own challenge with enoughness, you know, being enough, it is very hard to just conjure that up. And the final trigger that launched this video series was hearing, are you relying on your external power or your internal power? And I was like, you know, I got chills and goosebumps because, like I said, you know, for the last couple of months, I've been so self-destructive and so self-sabotaging in this process. And, you know, I'm watching other people, you know, everyone, you know, there's memes out there, right? So you're watching everyone talking about being a fraud and enoughness and everything else. And I was like, wow. So let me trace back what is going on with my life. And external power, you know, like going back to the Oprah days, you know, when I didn't get chosen, you know, that I was giving my external power away. I could have kept pushing forward and created that show with or without Oprah. And so, you know, same with, you know, this website and everything that I'm doing, you know, I'm still, what's been bringing up resistance and has been bringing up the self-sabotage has been my still needing to validate via external power. Right? You know, I need you to like me. I need to, you know, to be validated. And I was thinking, you know, wait a minute. Why am I relying so much on the outside? And so when it gets into the enoughness of it, you know, you have to rely on your internal power. Now, you know, whatever your beliefs are, I'm not here to challenge any of those. But boy, when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. And I just had this full body feeling of, you know exactly who you are. You know, you are exactly enough. And you know, I think that that's part of the challenge with the, you know, self-development movement, the spiritual movement, the New Age movement. It's constantly telling you that there's something inherently wrong with you. And the truth is there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect exactly as you are in this moment. Now, of course, you know, I'm into all of that stuff. So, you know, I want to grow and be a better person. But that constant thinking that, you know, you're not enough in this moment is what prevents you from taking action, what helps resistance to overcome. Because that voice in the head that keeps on saying, oh, no, you're not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, tall enough, insert whatever, you know, story you want to tell there. And so when you get, like for me, like the big bam was like, okay, well, you know, of course now I'm so beaten down with all the self-sabotage and everything else that I was like, I don't have any internal power. Well, of course we all have it, right? If you're able to get quiet and really be still and really be in the moment and feel that. Eckhart Tolle talks about that, you know, where you put your, you know, two hands, you know, together like this and say, you know, what's the distance between the past, you know, the future, and then there's this moment. You know, he's always talking about the power of now, and like everything else, great concept, hard to put into practice. But if you can really get still enough and really feel your internal power, instead of the external, you know, the stuff, the validation, all of those things are what make us believe not enough. Well, we're giving our power away. I've given my power away to so many teachers over the years. It's unbelievable. And the thing is that you already know. Everything that you need is already available to you. You already know. I've heard the saying, we're all just walking each other home. Where's home? Back to yourself. I don't know if you've ever, like me, attended a seminar or spiritual teaching or whatnot, and you're like, oh, I know this, but you'd never heard it before, but you knew it. Well, that's your internal power. That's your innate knowing. There's nothing outside of yourself that you need. You have it all available to you in every single moment. You are enough. You have enough. And the moment that you can tap into that feeling of I am enough and trust your own internal power instead of looking outside of yourself, that is the moment that things change, right? I mean, that's what clicked it for me. I mean, finally it was like, wow, my goodness. Like if I could look back over time, look at how much I've given my power away to people. Look at how I was still giving my power away and, wanting everything to be perfect and questioning, my abilities and, trusting my instincts and everything else, just beating myself down with that. But the moment that I got still, I was like, wait, I know this stuff. I mean, my God, this is who I'm meant to be. I'm meant to help myself and help you. And why was I questioning that at any point in time? I don't know. I can't tell you. I mean, but as I trace it back, I can say without a doubt, it is giving our power away all of the time in every single moment. Now, do I have it mastered? God, no. You know what I mean? I'm a work in progress too. But when I find that resistance voice coming up, well, remember we talked about resistance is now the guidepost to success, but she also, sometimes the resistance, like today I'm making this video, I'm like, oh, this is, yeah, it is important to go, okay, wait, is this, an external power thing or is this an internal power thing? And the truth is that for me, it's an internal power thing because one of my goals with launching this website was to be real and to be authentic, to cut the BS, right? Because I think there's so many things out there that keep perpetuating the story of the not enoughness. And I think that it paralyzes us and I think it disempowers us. And I think that, all of us have in us enough. We are enough in every single moment. You're enough. And I'm enough. I'm not coming from a place of arrogance. It's just that if you do sit still, you know it. When you read stuff, you know it. When you hear stuff, you know it. You didn't need anyone to tell you that. And you don't need applause. And you don't need, really on your deathbed, do you want a million people clapping and saying, yay, going back to the, life review? Do you really want that? No, you want to know, again, you want to know that you have lived your best life. And how do you do that? By tapping into your own internal power. You don't need to give your power away to everyone. You don't need to go see another guru. I mean, that's the whole fix thing. You get in a whole room full of people and you're so jazzed and, you're giving your power to that person and that power, that person feels that power and you feel that power and you come back and you're all fired up and you're like, yay, 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 yay. And then, week, 2 weeks, however long it takes you, it kind of fizzles out because you're relying on someone else for your power, right? At least I was. I mean, I don't know, maybe you don't. But for me, as I look back over my life, I say, wow, the reason why none of that worked is because I didn't tap into my own internal power. And I did not keep that fire burning. Instead of riding the high of yet another seminar or yet another, I think these events are all great, but, that's the giving away of the power. It's good to go and be reminded, but, it's also important to come back and rely on your own power. So I believe that you're perfect right in this moment. I don't think that you need to do anything else other than be your sheer perfection. Tap into your internal power because it's there for you and it's yours and yours alone. Okay? All right. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.